Yankees need to do something about Clay Holmes pretty quickly. Hey everybody, hope you're doing well. So last night was just a bone-breaking, soul-crushing loss to the Texas Rangers at a walk-off grand slam, courtesy of a walk-off grand slam by Wyatt Langford, I think. So an unheralded player off of the Yankees closer, Clay Holmes. Now, that was Clay Holmes' 11th blown save, which is, is on his way to a major league record. This is Wall of Shame stuff, right? Or the Hall of Shame stuff. So his record right now, he's 2-5 with a 3.27 ERA, 55 innings pitched, 60 Ks, and his WHIP is 1.33. So WHIP is too high. But 11 blown saves is 11 blown saves. Now, personally, I wouldn't use blown saves as an actual metric. I know people love to use it, but the reason why is because there's some games where he came in a pretty bad situation, gave up 0 earned runs, and he's still considered a blown save. He can come with the bases loaded. He can get a guy to fly out, and the guy runner tags up in third. The runner's credited towards, the pitcher who was in there before him who put the runner on, but he's still credited with the blown save. Now, it doesn't make it any better. Not sitting here making excuses, but there are a couple of examples here. April 3rd versus the Diamondbacks, he went 1 in the 3rd innings pitched, 1 hit, 3 runs, but not 0 earned runs. Okay, and 1 strikeout. Then you get July versus the Baltimore Orioles, July 14th. This is the Cedric Mullins walk-off. I remember that. 3 runs in innings pitched as well. 0 earned runs. 2 walks and a K. Okay? He didn't help the matter, obviously. Clearly, he did not. But he was also left with a crappy situation. Okay? And then you July 4th against Toronto Blue Jays. 2/3 of an innings pitched, no hits, and a strikeout. He still got the blown save. This is what happens, right? These are situations that also happen. Not making excuses for any of his other blown saves, whatever you want to call it, because it's way too much. But it seems to be his kryptonite is coming into a game with a 1-run lead. When he comes in and the game's tied, he's usually pretty fine. Okay? When he has a significant lead, he's usually pretty fine. Okay? There's an exception here and there, but it's pretty clear that coming in with a 1-run lead is not a good idea to bring Clay Holmes in at this point, right? The Yankees fell out of first place last night for the first time in a little while. Baltimore Orioles have now a half-game lead over the Yankees. So, much to the frustration of a lot of fans. I can't blame them for being frustrated, right? So this has to be addressed. Now, what do they do? I appreciate, the loyalty that they're showing Clay Holmes, okay? Aaron Boone shows him the loyalty. People call him delusional. Aaron Judge also shows him the same loyalty. And I don't hear people calling Aaron Judge delusional, right? Maybe because he's on almost a 60 home run pace again. So that besides the point. The team is showing extreme loyalty to their teammates. And I appreciate that. I respect that. Okay? And I ride or die with the Yankees whether they're good or bad. I don't abandon them when they're bad. Okay? So, but with that said, there are some options. And I don't agree with the Yankees DFAing Mike Tonkin earlier, about a week and a half ago. I don't agree with that. And at that point, he's with the Twins now, so you can't get him back. And even though they have more reinforcements coming in the next week or so, and Louis Hill's supposed to be back on Friday, Clark Schmidt Saturday, as well as more, so which is a good sign. But the bullpen needs to have a different look and a different feel, right? There isn't anybody here that I trust enough in the bullpen to be the hands down closer and say, I would give some guys a shot. Tim Hill. From the lefty side, he shows the same type of fire in his belly that Mike Tonkin showed, which I liked. So it's nice to have that fire in the belly. I really appreciate that stuff. But I would give him a shot. Luke Weaver a shot. Some other guys a shot, right? Jake Cousins. There are some guys that are capable and deserving of getting a shot as the closer. And at this point, you want to make a run in the playoffs, a deep run, I would not be bringing in Clay Holmes with a 1-run lead, right? I'm not entertaining the DFA conversation that so many other people talk about, okay? They've already shown that he's their guy for whatever reason, okay? That's their decision. So I'm not going to sit here and say DFA him, DFA him, DFA him, just like a lot of folks are doing for Alex Verdugo and everybody else. So I don't do that, okay? But something needs to be done with what they have here now, right? And it's got to be in the ninth. He's got to be relegated to the setup role at this point, especially with a 1-run lead. I have no problem bringing him in the ninth inning if the game is tied, if the Yankees have a significant lead. But a 1-run lead, I am not comfortable with at all, because those are the times where he's the most vulnerable. Those are the games that he blows the most. And we cannot have a closer that blows this many games. Can't do it. Especially if you want to be a championship caliber team, you can't do it. Can't do it. So please, guys, please make some moves here in the bullpen. Get him out of the ninth inning when the lead is 1 run. Please do not bring him in. Use other guys. I mean, Tim Hill threw 4 pitches last night, and then they got him out of there. Okay, had a key strikeout, and then they got him out of there. I would have not been offended at all had he pitched the ninth, right? And yet, the Texas Rangers kind of clawed their way back. But kudos to Carlos Rodon for a fantastic game. 6 or 7 runs, 1 hit ball, 1 run, 11 strikeouts. It was fantastic. That's exactly the type of Clay Holmes that the Yankees paid for when they signed him. And again, when they signed him, he was the best pitcher on the market. Fans are begging him to sign him. And I hope we remember that. Okay? And so I'm looking forward to seeing him continue to rebound and continue to pitch well. And hopefully he does well enough to pitch in the postseason rotation. So, but in terms of Clay Holmes, I would move him out of the ninth inning if the game is a 1-run game. I would not bring him in. I'm sorry, but I wouldn't do it. At this point, with 23 games left in the season, I wouldn't do it. I think they need to really, really reevaluate at this point right now and figure out a better plan moving forward. Last thing you want to do is get into the postseason and be a one and done because you didn't make any decisions at the closer role, at the bullpen role. Okay, we have guys that can get other people out. And the fact of the matter is, too, I think Clay Holmes kind of played himself out of a contract, out of coming back for 2025, just like I think Alex Verdugo did, just like I think Gleyber Torres did. I don't expect to see any of those guys back. So, and that's just the reality, in my opinion. But you're welcome to disagree. You agree, but if you just like regular Yankee talk about stuff like this, or want to vent your frustrations, want to join the live streams, make sure you sub to the channel. If you haven't done that yet, okay? If you do it, just hit the thumbs up and notification, and that way when I go live, you'll know when news comes out. You'll be at the front of the line. I thank you for it, really. But this is it, man. This is it right now. I got to get him out of the night. If the game is 1 run and the Yankees are up, I would not put him in the game in the ninth inning. That particular situation, that seems to be his kryptonite right now. Don't know why. I'm not going to come up with speculation or conspiracy theories or any of that type of stuff. It just happens right now. So, I hope he gets better. But I would be considering utilizing some of these other guys in the late innings of bullpen, ninth inning, and so on. I would not hesitate to move Holmes into the 7th or 8th right now. Let him set them guys up. He's got a lot of movement on his pitches, but sometimes he can't find the zone. Like last night, he couldn't find the plate. And when he did find the plate, he got hit hard. So, and most of the times when he found the plate, he got himself into such a hole he had to throw a meatball, which was hit by Wyatt Langford last night for a walk-off grand slam on a damn meatball, right? So we cannot have that. We can't do it. Okay, but that's my take on Clay Holmes. Okay, if they move on from him, okay. If they don't, okay. But while he's here, I think this is probably the best path forward for the Yankees. Okay, you can still use him, but not in the ninth inning when the game is a 1-run lead. That's, I think, the worst situation. If you look back at his stats this year, you'll see 1-run lead seems to be his ultimate kryptonite. But you let me know what your thoughts are, gang. I'll be back later on the lineup when it finally comes out. The Yankees are playing a tiebreaker game against the Rangers, and they need to freaking win tonight. It's Marcus Stroman versus Nathan Eovaldi. So Marcus has got to shove. We got to hit Nathan Eovaldi. So that's what I got for you. Have a great day, Yankee fans. See you on the outside.